are 10 places you don't want to visit. 10. Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, also described as the Pacific Trash Vortex, is a gyre of marine litter in the central North Pacific Ocean. Most current estimates state that it is larger than the U.S. state of Texas, with some estimates claiming that it is larger than the continental United States. The patch is characterized by exceptionally high concentrations of pelagic plastics, chemical sludge, and other debris that have been trapped by the currents of the North Pacific Gyre. Number 9. Itsu Islands. The Itsu Islands are a group of volcanic islands stretching south and east from the Itsu Peninsula of Honshu, Japan. The largest is Itsu Oshima, usually called simply Oshima. Because of their volcanic nature, the islands are constantly filled with the stench of sulfur. Residents were evacuated from the islands in 1953 and 2000 due to volcanic activity and dangerously high levels of gas. The people returned in 2005, but are now required to carry gas masks with them at all times, in case gas levels rise unexpectedly. 8. The Door to Hell. While driving in the Dariz in Turkmenistan in 1971, geologists accidentally found an underground cavern filled with natural gas. The ground beneath the drilling rig collapsed, leaving a large hole with a diameter of about 50 to 100 meters. To avoid poisonous gas discharge, scientists decided to set fire to the hole. Geologists had hoped the fire would go out in a few days, but it has been burning ever since. Locals have named the cavern the Door to Hell. It is one hell of an amazing place, but certainly one you wouldn't want to visit. Number 7. Alnwick Poison Gardens. Alnwick Poison Garden is a garden devoted entirely to plants that can kill. It features many plants grown unwittingly in back gardens and those that grow in the British countryside, as well as many more unusual varieties. The Alnwick Garden has a home office license to grow some very special plants, namely cannabis and cocoa, which are found behind bars in giant cages, for obvious reasons. 6. Asbestos Mine. Exposure to this stuff causes cancer and a variety of other diseases. It is so dangerous that the European Union has banned all mining and use of asbestos in Europe. But for those curious enough to want to get close to the stuff, all is not lost. In Canada, at the Thetford Mines, you can visit an enormous open-pit asbestos mine. If you decide to visit, don't forget your full-body biohazard suit. 5. Ramri Island. Ramri Island in Burma is a huge swamp home to thousands of enormous saltwater crocodiles, the deadliest in the world. It is also home to malaria-carrying mosquitoes and venomous scorpions. During the Second World War, the island was the site of a 6-week battle in the Burma campaign. Here is a description of one of those horrifying nights. The night was the most horrible that any member of the ML crews ever experienced. The scattered rifle shots in the pitch-black swamp, punctured by the screams of wounded men, crushed in the jaws of huge reptiles, and the blurred whirring sound of spinning crocodiles, made a cacophony of hell that has rarely been duplicated on Earth. At dawn, the vultures arrived to clean up what the crocodiles had left. Of about 1,000 Japanese soldiers that entered the swamps of Ramri, only about 20 were found alive. Number 4. Yungas Road. It is legendary for its extreme danger, with estimates stating that 200 to 300 travelers are killed yearly. The road includes crosses marking many of the spots where vehicles have fallen. Because of the extreme drop-offs of at least 2,000 feet, single-lane width, most of the road no wider than 10 feet, and lack of guardrails, the road is extremely dangerous. Further still, rain, fog, and dust can make visibility precarious. In many places, the road surface is muddy and can loosen rocks from the road. 3. Mud volcanoes of Azerbaijan. In October 2001, there was an impressive volcanic eruption in the Azerbaijan of Lakhbatan, but there were no casualties or evacuation warnings. But Azerbaijan does not have a single active volcano, at least not in the usual sense of the word. What Azerbaijan does have is mud volcanoes. hundreds of them. Mud volcanoes are the little-known relatives of the more common magmatic variety. They do erupt occasionally with spectacular results, but are generally not considered to be dangerous, unless you happen to be there at the wrong time. Every 20 years or so, a mud volcano explodes with great force, shooting flames hundreds of meters into the sky and depositing tons of mud on the surrounding area. Number 2. The Zone of Alienation. The Zone of Alienation is the 30-kilometer exclusion zone around the site of Chernobyl nuclear reactor disaster and is administered by a special administration under the Ukrainian Ministry of Extraordinary Situations. Thousands of residents refuse to be evacuated from the zone or illegally returned there later. Approximately half of these residents live in the town of Chernobyl. Others are spread in villages across the zone. Because of looting, there is a strong police presence, so be warned, if you visit, you may either be shot or get radiation poisoning. Number 1. Isla de Queimada Grande, Snake Island. The island is untouched by human developers, and for very good reason. Researchers estimate that on the island live between 1 and 5 snakes per square meter. The snakes in Queimada Grande, however, are a unique species of pit viper. The golden lanceheads that occupy Snake Island grow to well over half a meter long, and they possess a powerful, fast-acting poison that melts the flesh around their bites. This place is so dangerous that a permit is required to visit. Which one of these places would you most rather avoid? Tell us in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check some of our other cool videos.